Jennifer Lawrence sat alone in her dressing room, the makeup chair empty and the bright mirror lights still glowing as if the show were continuing without her. Her phone wouldn't stop buzzing. She finally silenced it, letting out a long sigh as the hum of voices outside filtered through the door. Her heart was still pounding. The confrontation with Joy Behar had lit a fuse, one she didn't realize she'd been carrying into the studio. She replayed the moment over and over. The scoff, the sarcasm, the implication that because she was an actress, her voice didn't matter. It wasn't just disrespect, it was dismissal, something she'd faced in boardrooms, interviews, and now, live television. But today she wasn't going to swallow it. "I didn't come here to start a war," she muttered to herself. But maybe it needed to happen. Her manager, Jill, poked her head in. "Okay, first of all, that was insane. Second of all, everyone is calling. Fallon, Colbert, even GMA wants a follow-up." Jennifer blinked. "What, like an apology tour?" "No, a reaction tour. People are obsessed. You're trending in 6 countries. Even the BBC is covering it." Jennifer raised an eyebrow. "The BBC, over a fight with Joy Behar?" Jill chuckled. "Yeah, apparently when 2 powerful women clash on live TV, the whole world watches." The following evening, Jennifer surprised everyone by appearing on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Dressed in a sleek black jumpsuit and minimal makeup, she looked poised but edgy. The audience roared as she walked on stage, waving, but her eyes carried a glint of residual fire. Stephen Colbert didn't waste time. "So, Jennifer," he said with a half grin, "you've had an eventful week." Jennifer gave a dry smile. "You could say that." Colbert leaned in. "You want to talk about what happened on The View?" The room quieted. Jennifer nodded. "Sure, I went on there to talk about my new film. I knew the subject was controversial. It's about corruption, media manipulation, and power imbalances. But I didn't expect the conversation to turn into an attack on my right to express those views." Colbert nodded thoughtfully. "You mean Joy Behar?" "I mean the entire system that allows women to be told, again and again, to stay in their lane. I've been acting since I was a teenager. I've played politicians, warriors, mothers, scientists. I've read the books, talked to experts, immersed myself in stories that reflect real lives. But apparently, because I haven't sat behind a political desk, I'm not allowed to comment." The audience applauded loudly. Colbert gave a sly look. "And you left the set?" "Bold move." Jennifer shrugged. "I left because I value my time, my energy, and my dignity. I don't need to sit there and be told my opinions don't matter." That's not dialogue, that's condescension. Back on The View, things weren't settling down. The day after the incident, the panel opened with awkward tension. Whoopi addressed the elephant in the room. "We had Jennifer Lawrence on yesterday. Things got heated." Joy sat back, a mix of smug and unapologetic. "I'm not going to pretend I didn't challenge her. That's my job. If someone says something political on this show, they better be ready to defend it. We're not here to nod and smile." Sarah Haynes added carefully, "But sometimes it's not about being right or wrong. It's about tone, respect. We've all clashed before, but yesterday felt personal." Joy didn't budge. "Well, maybe if celebrities want to be taken seriously, they should stop walking out when someone disagrees." The clip quickly made rounds online. Fans and critics were divided. Some praised Joy's unapologetic stance, others called her outdated, dismissive, and part of the problem. Then came the curveball. Amy Schumer, Jennifer's longtime friend, took to Instagram Live that night. "Let me tell you something about Jen," she began. "She's not just a pretty face. She's smart, she's fearless, and she's tired of women being told to smile and nod." What happened on The View was straight-up bullying. The video went viral within minutes. Even Oprah Winfrey commented, subtly but effectively, during a magazine interview, "Sometimes disruption is the only way to start a necessary conversation." 3 days later, Jennifer released a powerful video on her Instagram, sitting in front of a bookshelf filled with political nonfiction, biographies, and scripts. "I've taken time to reflect," she said. "And what I've realized is this: I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry for standing up for my work, my voice, or my perspective. I respect disagreement, but I don't respect being mocked or talked down to." She paused. "We tell artists to stay out of politics, but we ask them to use their platforms for change. We want our entertainers to be role models, but we shame them for having opinions. It's hypocritical, and I'm done with it." She ended with a challenge. "To every woman who's ever been told she's too emotional, or out of line, for speaking up, keep speaking. Get louder." The video racked up 11 million views in a day. By the weekend, the incident had taken on a life of its own. Major outlets ran op-eds with titles like, Jennifer Lawrence in the New Age of Celebrity Activism, and, Is Joy Behar the Last Gatekeeper of Old-School Talk Shows? Rumors swirled that the View producers were holding emergency meetings. ABC, feeling the heat, released a vague statement, "We encourage passionate discourse but expect all guests and hosts to maintain mutual respect." But the public tide had shifted. The next week, a surprise announcement was made. Jennifer Lawrence would co-host a special roundtable episode of Real Time with Bill Maher titled, Voice, Power and Pushback, alongside other controversial figures like Trevor Noah, Shonda Rhimes, and even Meghan McCain. It was a bold, strategic move, one that signaled Jennifer wasn't backing down, but stepping forward. Joy, meanwhile, remained unbothered, at least on the surface. But insiders whispered that ABC had gently nudged her to issue a more tempered statement. On Friday's episode, she addressed it, sort of. "I don't hate Jennifer Lawrence. I think she's talented, but if you come on The View, you better be ready for The View. We're not just here to plug movies." But the damage, or perhaps the progress, had already been done. In the months that followed, more celebrities started using interviews to speak on political issues, without fear of backlash. Shows became more cautious, more willing to host uncomfortable conversations rather than steamroll them. The line between entertainment and advocacy blurred, not because it had to, but because someone pushed it. Someone who had walked off live TV, and into a bigger spotlight than ever before. Jennifer Lawrence had made her point, not with a whisper, not with a perfect PR spin, but with unapologetic truth, right in the heart of mainstream media. The weeks after Jennifer Lawrence's explosive exit from The View were unlike anything daytime television had seen in years. Ratings for the show surged, ironically not because of any planned segment or invited guest, but because of the pure, unscripted drama that played out between Jennifer and Joy Behar. Yet even as the internet buzzed and articles dissected every raised eyebrow and sharp retort, behind the scenes, The View was quietly under fire. ABC executives were scrambling. There had been tension on the show before, Meghan McCain's outbursts, Whoopi's walk-offs, even Rosie O'Donnell's infamous departure, but none had resonated with a younger, politically energized audience quite like this one. Jennifer Lawrence wasn't just another celebrity promoting a film, she was now the face of a cultural moment. And that moment was bigger than Joy Behar ever imagined. Behind closed doors, producers were facing a very different mood. While Joy Behar acted unfazed on camera, her behavior off-screen became noticeably more defensive. "I'm not the villain here," she snapped at a senior producer during a planning meeting. She walked out. That was her choice. But the tone, Joy, the producer replied. It felt combative. "You shut her down